All right, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only James Williams, Dark Waters, and I'm back. And before I start this video, I'm going to make a quick case for you to hit this like button. Because as you hit the button, it puts me into the algorithm. Now, I'm going to put two graphs up. One over here is going to show you a chart what happens when you hit the like button. And the other one's going to show you what happens when you don't hit the like button at the very beginning of the video. And I'll say this to you. If you've been with me for a long time, you know that I am an excellent communicator. I have a personality that allows me to infiltrate areas that most people will never be able to infiltrate. I can carry a big show. I can do quite a few things. It's time for you guys to unleash your dark waters on the world. And I need your help. The only way we're going to do this is we got to hit the like button. We got to share. We got to subscribe to push me into the algorithm. Once we get into the algorithm, I can do some major damage.
Hold on 1 second. We about to get to the bottom of this, ladies and gentlemen. This don't make no sense whatsoever. Welcome to the Dark Waters channel, where we explore mysteries, figure out the truth, dive into politics, and anything else you want to know about. That's what we doing over here, baby. Let's go.
The one and only AOC is back in the news, making threats again. And AOC says there will be consequences. There will be consequences over the Republicans' big, beautiful bill. Hold on, AOC. I thought there was supposed to be consequences for your girl getting indicted. When we going to see the consequences and repercussions from you, AOC? Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez tried to scold Republicans on Wednesday regarding their part in the President Donald Trump's big, beautiful bill. I want to hear her say this herself. AOC, let me hear what you got to say, girl.
90 seconds.
Thank you so much, and I thank the ranking member for yielding his time. 13.7 million Americans. 13.7 million Americans are the number of people in this country whose health care are going to be stripped in this bill. Now, Republicans are going to try to tell you every single distraction in the...
You mean 13.7 billion illegals? Yeah, they probably did get their health care taken. They probably did, and they needed their damn health care taken.
Book from that essential number. I want people at home to understand that Medicaid and the federal matching funds for Medicaid can make up 30 to 40% of some of the state budgets that we have going on back in your home. Republicans have put this bill together, rushed it together in a matter of hours on the back of a napkin, shaking it, walking out of the White House, and brought it right here to this floor. They are defunding Planned Parenthood. They are ending tons of Medicaid coverage for 13.7 million Americans, including Affordable Care Act coverage as well. And if you want to get an abortion and have a silver plan on a health care plan that you paid for, you will also be affected by this legislation as well.
Yeah, because you got to kill all the babies.
Allowing suppressors on guns to be deregulated to some of the largest amounts that we have seen since the 1930s.
Yeah, I got to get mine.
This is just a Christmas bill.
Yeah.
30 seconds.
Yeah, don't yield her no more time.
Understand. For my Republican colleagues who are sure what is in and not in this bill, in this process that has been this rushed, when you wake up in the morning, you will realize that you voted to defund Planned Parenthood and to take away health care from 13.7 million Americans. And when this country wakes up in the morning, there will be consequences to pay for this. And I yield back.
Gentlelady yields back.
This heifer, they talking about some consequences. Look, heifer, what are consequences? You said something about consequences a couple of days ago. Hold on. Let me find this heifer. And I know she emotional because she's pregnant. You can tell she's pregnant. Look how she's picking up a little weight in the face. And I know you're a little emotional. Ocasio-Cortez warns Trump there will be problems if more Democrats are arrested. What a video. That video too long with her looking crazy. AOC. I thought there was going to be consequences for your girl getting indicted. She got indicted. Yeah. She got indicted. McIver gonna have to bond out. Yeah. She gonna have to bond out. Where's all the consequences you talking about, AOC? You know, we all scared of you. Everybody's scared of AOC. Oh my goodness, what we gonna do? Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is pursuing you. Oh my Lord, what is gonna happen to us, ladies and gentlemen? Well, what are we gonna do with ourselves, ladies and gentlemen? I don't know what we gonna do. I don't know how we gonna live with AOC chasing after us. I was trying to find what they were saying was gonna happen to homegirl. It ain't up there no more, but that's okay. This is the point I'm making to y'all, ladies and gentlemen. You see all these idle threats. Remember, Hakeem Jeffries came out. It might be on Gateway Pundit. Hold on, let me go to Gateway. Hakeem Jeffries came out and said, if this happens, there's going to be consequences. Remember, Hakeem, it's going to be consequences if somebody does something to one of our ranking members. I ain't seen no consequence. This big head chick right here said it too. It's gonna be consequences. Consequences and repercussions. Give me a second. Give me 1 second. I just want to see if I can find it. If I can't find it, we done. By the way, this was your Health and Human Services Secretary prior to Robert F. Kennedy Jr. I mean, this is the juxtaposition. This is under Biden, which make all the sense in the world now, ladies and gentlemen, why Biden was making these dumb decisions. Because I've always thought that Biden was a pretty arrogant, prideful person. It didn't make no sense to me. Biden, why would you appoint this? You want to know why? Because he didn't do it. And don't get me wrong, I'm not defending rank devil, hair sniffing, child touching Joe Biden. Because he's definitely a rank devil. Ain't no way around it. Ain't no way of getting past it. Joe Biden is a rank demon. But it didn't make no sense. It not make all the sense in the world why we at this spot, why we've reached this impasse, why we've gotten to the point to where it all makes sense. Joe Biden laying up there dying of cancer, and I don't know why they didn't give him none of this damn Fembin. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why they didn't give him none of this Fembin. But neither way it go, Joe Biden is laying up there dying of cancer. And they just signing away, just auto-pinning away. Auto-pin, 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 auto-pin. Autobots, round up. Yeah, but this is who was over Health and Human Services under Biden. Get the hell all the way up out of here, man. Now, I want to talk about something else. You see this, yeah, how much time I got left? I got a little time. Guys, it's time we keep it real about Dan Bongino and Kash Patel. Do I think Dan Bongino and Kash Patel are deep state? Hell no, they ain't deep state. I don't think they are. But you got to understand, Dan Bongino and Kash Patel were put into an awful circumstance. They had to go into at the head of an agency that had been captured for years. It was captured under Trump's first term, because we saw Comey come out and do all the crazy stuff Comey did. It was captured under Obama, because you had Obama. Yeah. You had two Obamas, one Trump, one Biden, now a Trump. So out of Biden, Obama, you had 12 years. Well, if you go back to the Clintons. But the FBI been corrupt for, let's just say, 12 years. And once Trump won the first time, and he tried to make changes, they reinforced their corruption. And so you drop these two dudes in there, bloop, hey man, y'all need to go in there and straight out the FBI. And so they look like deers in headlights because there's only so much you could do. Now, do I agree they need to start arresting people? Yes. If I'm sitting there talking to Kash, I know Kash will say, hey, James, listen, we got statutes and limitations on things where people got away with it. We got missing evidence. Everybody want to know about Epstein. They destroyed all the evidence about Epstein, including his body. So we can't tell you if Epstein committed suicide or not because there's no evidence to prove that he didn't commit suicide. So when they ask him out, did Epstein commit suicide? They know he didn't, but there's no evidence they can present to you to prove that he did. So they can't fall into the trap and say Epstein did not commit suicide, because now they go down this rabbit hole where they don't have no evidence to prove it. And so the media uses the Epstein thing as a weapon against the good guys. This is where they went wrong. If I was Kash Patel and Dan Bongino, when they asked me about Epstein, I would say, I want you to listen to me very carefully. In every word that I say, hear them directly. We have no evidence, have not seen any evidence, or found any evidence that Epstein was murdered. I'll say it again. We have no evidence, have not seen any evidence, or found any evidence that Epstein was murdered. And then it'd be like, well, FBI Director Williams, what are you saying? I'm saying we have no evidence. We've seen no evidence. We can find no evidence that he was murdered. Well, what do you think? I have to go by the evidence in this role as FBI Director. I can't sit here and speculate on stuff that there's no evidence for. Well, I mean, do you think? It doesn't matter what I think. There's no evidence. Who am I going to persecute? I don't have a witness. I can't. Who am I going to put in prison for it? You understand what I'm saying? And then it'll lead to the conversation of, okay, so Epstein's death was a cover-up. And then that opens the conversation to the cover-up, and now it opens you to dig into the cover-up and all the rest of the foolishness. But see, right now, they just said Epstein killed himself. Because they're afraid that if they say they have no evidence, the people that's been supporting them are going to spaz out. So what happens is people start spazzing out anyway. Are they deep state? Nah, hell no, them dudes ain't deep state. It's just a difference between being on a damn podcast and talking and being in position of power. Because you have rules that constrain what you can and say and cannot say. Because what you say can be used against you later on. And people act like they don't understand this. I personally feel like at this point in time, this obsession with Epstein needs to be dropped. I'm sorry. I don't mean the obsession with the crimes of Jeffrey Epstein. The obsession with how did he die, it needs to be dropped. It needs to be, the energy needs to be focused on the network, what people did, who did this, who saw what, who did this. It needs to expand out onto the doers. Because this obsession with him, was he murdered or not? He didn't commit suicide. It's a psychological operation. I want to see the diddlers go to prison. But see, as long as they can get you having this conversation, look, did Epstein really commit suicide? Who give a damn? Who give a damn? Well, we gonna go back and get the camera footage. What's the dude's name on the Avengers? The one that do the magic, and he be moving his hands like this, zing, zing, and he can control time. And he wear the cape. We don't have him. If we had him, we could go back in time and get the video footage. Doctor Strange. We don't have no damn Doctor Strange, man. So stop acting like we got Doctor Strange. We ain't got Doctor Strange to go back in time and get no video footage, man. So let it go. And let's go get the people who we know doing stuff. This is the thing about these type of people. They got a pattern as a behavior. You might not be able to trace it back to Epstein, but if he diddled one kid, he diddled another kid. Sorry. If you that depraved that you're going to run around diddling children, they like Lay's potato chips to you. You can't have but one. You can't have more than just one. You're going to have all the diddling you can diddle. So let's go get them. Quit playing games. Like the song, like my favorite song said, let's go get them early in the morning. Let's go get them late in the evening. Let's go get them. Let's just go get them. Boom, 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 boom. Banana, hey, banana, hey, banana, bum, 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 bum. Look that song up. When you get through with this video, go to YouTube, type in Let's Go Get 'Em. And type in Rebirth Brass Band, Let's Go Get 'Em. And then hit play. Now be careful. Because that's New Orleans music. There's spirits on the music in New Orleans. And there's a warrior spirit on that song. Because that's the spirit song that they used to chant before they went to go murder each other in the Mardi Gras Indian. Be careful. Listen to that music.